What do you think about this world in which you manifest? Do you like manifestations? Do you like setting a goal for something or setting an intention for something and then watching the universe provide the path of least resistance in order to give it to you or in order to show it to you? We want you to understand that that path of least resistance really is the path of your lessening of resistance. Because in the moment that life causes you to want something, everything and everyone, all non-physical focus, the energy that creates worlds is on it, providing circumstances and events with law of attraction gathering up all of the cooperative components, bringing each and everything to you. The path of least resistance means, how are you doing in your allowing of what you want? Because when you want something and you fully expect it to be, there's no resistance and the path is clear and fast and easy. But if you want something and you don't expect it to be, if you want something and you doubt it, and why would you doubt it? Because you think you're not worthy, you think you're not ready, you think that there is some other plan, you think that somebody else is calling the shots. There are all kinds of squirrely, ridiculous things that you have picked up along your physical trail that make you believe in your unreadiness or unworthiness, that cause you really to be unwilling in any moment, unallowing or resisting. So you don't let what you want be, and you have all kinds of ridiculous reasons that you explain why what you want cannot be. And we say, there's only one reason why what you want cannot be right now, and it's because you've got a thought that contradicts it, and you're not allowing it, period. Because source is on it. When you say you want it, when life causes you to identify that you have this desire, you are a creator that came as a focuser of energy. And whatever you want must be coming into being and is coming into being and will come into being, and you will experience it fully if you will allow it. And this whole gathering, what we are here to talk to you about, is how to figure out how to get yourself in the place of willingly allowing the goodness that you're asking for to flow into your experience. It is exhilarating for us to visit with you because we know that unlike the majority of the people on the planet, you are getting this. You are understanding, you're beginning to feel your part in all of this. You are understanding that you are source energy in physical bodies. And we're not giving this to you because we want to give you some lofty assignment that you need to get out and make the world a better place. You can't help it. And we don't want to make you know that you can't help it so that you get lazy, because you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it, but you can't help it, but you can help it. In other words, what you really are about is making your world, which means your now, which means your moment, which means your emotion, right here and now, as good as you can make it. In other words, that's what deliberate creation is being present in the moment. And you know what being present in the moment means? Not just showing up, we're glad you did. But not just showing up, we're glad you did. Not just showing up, we're really glad you did. Not just showing up, but showing up with all that you are. Showing up as the clear-minded, source energy, loving, appreciative, flowing being that you are. Because you are so much more than these physical bodies. So much more than these physical bodies. You are consciousness that has the opportunity, the glorious opportunity of focusing in this leading edge time-space reality through this personality that you know as you, in conjunctions with other personalities, but even with all of the personalities on the planet flowing together. If they were all in this room, and many of them are, there are thousands of you out there, we're glad you're here too. As you are here, focused in this time-space reality here and now, it's the larger part of you that is doing the majority of the focusing. This is the thing that we want to really present in a way that you can really feel it. We want you to feel the perfection of the planet, the perfection of even the fact that this stuff holds together. It holds together pretty good. It holds together pretty good. We want to tell you why it is. It's focused into this consistent pattern of what you call physical manifested reality. It's consciousness that is concentrated long enough, generation after generation, eon after eon, non-physical energy after non-physical energy, that this feels real because it is. This is the leading edge. And we want to convince you, we get louder as we try that, we want to convince you that the reason that this time-space reality has the consistency that it does, unlike your dream state. Esther was all over the planet last night visiting with all kinds of different people. It was a really interesting night, but it wasn't like this. Your dream state isn't like this because your dream state is not manifested to the degree that this is. Everything is perceptual. So if you are sick, it's a perceptual thing. And often you will say, no. It's proven by the tests, by the facts. There are a lot of people who are confirming this sickness or confirming this bankruptcy or confirming where I stand. And we say, all that is happening is that you are perceiving fragments of that which you really are because you are practiced at not allowing the fullness of who you are to manifest. So when we talk about manifestation, what we're really talking about is your perception of what's around you, your perception of your body, your perception of your world, your perception of your economy. That's the big one these days. So many people perceiving based upon what other people are perceiving. That's like saying, well, my mother lived in the closet and her mother lived in the closet, and I thought we were just supposed to live in the closet. And I know it's not rational when I listen to you, Abraham. I know that I could just open the door and come out, but it's not easy to open the door and come out when I've been in here for so long. Now, this analogy is strong. You laughed at it at first. Now it's starting to depress you. But the reason that we offer analogies is because we want to get your attention. We would like you to leave here today saying to yourself, I want full view. I want full view, which means I want to be moment by moment, day by day, up to speed with how the source within me is viewing life. And what we mean by that is you are so much more than these physical bodies. You are so much more than this physical beingness that you sometimes or even often perceive. You have source within you. You are more vibration than you are anything else. So we would like to convince you that this is a vibrational world. It's a vibrational world that is changing constantly and has already changed in ways that please you, that you are depriving yourself of seeing because you haven't come out of the closet yet. You're still hiding from the real reality as you are scrutinizing the limited reality. And when you realize that there is a bigger reality, we want to coax you over here into this vibrational reality, this vortex of creation. We want to coax you over often enough, speaking to you in reasonable terms until we elicit from you a vibrational resonance that then gives you full view. Sometimes in your human vocabulary you say, oh, then I saw the light. Then I saw the light. And we say, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Then I remembered who I am. Then I remembered that all is well. Then I remembered why I'm here. Then I remembered who I am. Then I remembered all is well. Then I remembered who I am. Then I remembered how it feels. Then I remembered. And it's a visceral memory. It's a lighthearted memory. It's a all is well memory. It's everything is good memory. It's that it doesn't matter what appears to be through my screwy, limited, self-inflicted interpretation of manifestation. Because you still are like a lot of people where you still are believing in struggle. And it doesn't feel to you like you're paying enough of a price when you just want to play. Because the mindset of most humans is that you don't play your way into success. And we want you to realize that you could join the ranks. We talked about this earlier or someone mentioned this economic pie that people are wanting to share. And there's not a finite amount of economy that you're splitting up. There's an infinite amount of economy that's in the vortex. But when you believe that there is only so much that you're sharing rather than an infinite amount that you will be guided to, you have a different stance in all of this. So much of the world is outside the vortex. In other words, not understanding that they are vibrational beings, and not understanding that things are always working out for them, and not understanding that there is a version of them, which includes everything that they want, that is calling them. Most people believe that it is through their action and through their hard work and through their determination that they will make things happen. We are not in disagreement with the fact that you can make things happen by deciding that you're going to do it, by determining it, by writing in your book, and by making sure that you do it. In other words, we know that you can effort and you can accomplish, and that much of your world is functioning in just that way. But this is a forum where we are teaching you about the power of the universe. This is a forum where we are teaching you about the power of what's in your vortex and your much easier access to it than anyone understands. And you're right. You can't have it both ways. You can't be in the world of struggle, which has limits to how much you can struggle yourself too. Because when you are struggling your way, you're limited by time, you're limited by space, you're limited by how much you can actually physically move around in a period of time. There are definite limitations to that. That's a working by the hour. That's the process of going through the motions. That's the process of doing everything that you can physically extract or call forth from your physical beingness. But it is not utilizing the power that creates worlds. It's not utilizing the energy. It's not utilizing the law of attraction. And that's why so many people are discouraged and so many people are tired, because they're efforting, bucking their own current. So when we talk to you about the vortex, when we talk to you about energy, when we talk to you about emotions, when we talk to you about alignment and resonance, we're talking about doing the work that matters most first, and that is aligning with that energy and thereby becoming the cooperative component to the things that you've already put there. And things begin to move in your favor that require no effort. It just requires being flexible enough that you can move in the direction of what's calling you in the strongest way. That's what true inspiration is. That's what divine intervention is. That's what aligning with the fairies of the universe is, you see. There's so much leverage in alignment and so much hard work without it. In other words, if you could listen as a collective consciousness to 30 days of good news about your economy, it would become a global reality. You don't have to wait for them to figure that out. It can become a personal reality, you see. You don't have to wait for anyone to figure out. You don't have to wait for the manifestation that you've been observing to improve before your mood improves. In fact, that's backwards of what deliberate creation is. If you can figure out how to improve your mood, your improved mood will put you in a vibrational resonance with the broader point of view. And when your personal point of attraction harmonizes with the point of view of the source within you, you have a point of attraction that is so powerful, nothing can keep it from being. But if you let your point of attraction get separated from that larger view, there's not enough action in the world. You cannot buck your own current, you see. You know what's so wonderful about that? Everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is because they think they will feel better in the having of it. So when you figure out how to have that relationship and you are already in complete alignment with who you are, now you've already come full circle to the reason that you want anything. But we want to help you to remember that you are here in this physical format because it is so delicious from your vortex standpoint to then affect manifestation. In other words, creation in this leading edge time-space reality, the stuff, the matter, the people, the conversations, the understanding, the philosophies, the economy, everything will evolve or be spawned from your aligned state of being. And so don't you just really enjoy finding alignment with who you are and then watching that vortex relationship and that connection with this energy that creates worlds, don't you just love it when that creative power flows through your creative fingertips for the confirming manifestation of your alignment? That's what we're talking about that worthiness feeling. So are you saying that no matter how much you focus and how much your focus affects your